We are heading into the spring and summer season, which obviously puts me in a good mood. I hope it puts you in a good mood. We've got another unboxing to do today, and I'm really excited about it because I haven't done an unboxing in a while. I was in kind of like the purge mode, and if you missed out on the vlog sale, definitely go check that out. There are still pieces available. It's not gonna be around forever. And for those of you who had joined me and participated, even just to look at what's available, and of course, thank you for those of you who bought items from me. Really appreciate the support. This allows me to make room and mental capacity. The anxiety was kicking in, but the mental capacity to bring on newer brands that I can discover with you and for you so that we can continue our handbag journey together. So enough of me yibber yabbering here. Let's get right into it. Let's start with skincare. I'll just briefly go over this. I know you don't come to see me about skincare or makeup or anything, but whenever I do get skincare PR, I get super excited because you know I love skincare. I did make a couple videos on skincare, so if you are interested in what I have to say, I'll link that down below for you. But this is from Youth to the People. I remember them being all the rage back in the day when they first started out as an indie brand, which I appreciate, but they have since been bought out by L'Oreal. So take that for what you will, but just know that their origins was an indie brand, and I can always appreciate that. And the products in here, I was looking at them, especially, you know what, I'm gonna stop yapping here. Let me grab the first one, the cleanser. I wanna say what made them famous, and I'm really excited. I've used their cleanser. Usually I get them in the travel size, but I've never gotten a full size before. And from what I remember, a little bit goes a long way, and it does feel incredibly nice on the skin. In this particular brand, everything is made in the United States, so I do appreciate that, you know, support the local brands, etc. The other item here is a serum. This I've never used before, but I do enjoy how everything comes in a glass bottle. All of this is glass, so it's easily recyclable. Then there's a faint smell, but this does feel really nice, and it feels very lightweight, which is again very nice for the spring and summer season. This is a smooth and glow serum where it's peptides, dandelion root, niacinamide, kale. It seems very California. This one, I love when brands make their sunscreens or majority of their skincare products in tubes. It just makes it so easy to travel with, and it's very compact. So this is their mineral, I think. No, it's not a mineral. Yeah, this is a chemical sunscreen, which is what I prefer because then you won't have to deal with the white cast. I like the pointy little tube here so you can easily just like get it onto your face. And this is a SPF 60, so it feels very hydrating as well. So excited to try that out. And then lastly, I've used this one before. Again, I like using their sample sizes, and a little bit goes a long way. And to me, this is also very lightweight where you can wear it during the day or at night during the summer months when it's a little bit warmer. So I think this is the perfect time because I am running low, I wanna say, on my moisturizer, and usually I buy like the thick with 3 C's moisturizer just because of winter and I have dry skin. So I like to be like completely encased in like, what do you call them? Balm-like moisturizers. So it's nice to have a lightweight one. It's kind of funny for me to talk about skincare because I feel like I'm at a loss for words. I don't know how to describe it. I'm like, oh, this feels nice. And I watch so much skinfluencers and skin tube that I should have this vocabulary down, but I don't. Whereas, you know, when it comes to handbags, I have like all kinds of adjectives for it. So it's just interesting how that works. Next, we've got something from Dress Up Your Purse. Melody was kind enough to send these 2 pieces to me, and I was really excited. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, and again, I've been sitting on this, they have started to collect dust. Life has gotten a little crazy recently. However, hopefully her 50% off her entire store is still going on. I know she's doing an overhaul to her inventory and designing some new pieces, so I'm really excited to see what she's got coming out. However, if there's still pieces left and the promotion is over, just make sure to use my 15% off code. I'll make sure to pop it on screen so that you can still pick up these pieces at a discounted price. Less than retail, right? And these are priced so well that you don't even like, even if you get it at full price, which I've bought her stuff at 10% off or 15% off using my own code, I still feel like buy a ton of them when they go on sale and just buy as gifts. My friends who are watching this, they know. They know. They've gotten a couple of dress up your purse pieces as gift before. The first one is this little vanity bag, and this is a dupe of the Louis Vuitton cosmetic or lipstick case. I want to say, I don't know the measurements. I don't think they're exactly the same, but I want to say it's pretty similar. And this is just like the most adorable thing. I could see myself using this as a, like, I'm gonna run out for work, kind of like a walk, Chanel walk, and just toss in like my lippies, my credit card. Actually, I do have some of my items that I carry with me. Or perhaps, hopefully, this is small enough for you to go to like a stadium or a concert with, but the quality of this is just phenomenal. And usually I do have a little bit of a gripe when it comes to vanity bags because you have to two-hand it, right? That's for a bigger bag, but because this is kind of like a nano petite size, you can easily just one-hand it and open and access the bag with whatever you need. She does include a chain as well as a leather strap per usual that is the same color. So I'm really excited to start using this. And kind of just to show you what fits in here, this is my J. My Lady repurposed LV card holder, which is super adorable. I've been loving that one quite a bit. And here's my lippy. Here is my headphones and then car keys. Look at that. Isn't that cute? This fits all of my essentials and it looks incredibly chic as well. The other item she also sent to me is the lippy case, which also I believe is a Louis Vuitton little key pouch dupe. And this color is the pine green or forest green, just adorable, where you could put a couple of your lippies in here. Or what I wanted to use this one for is actually my keys, because my keys kind of like have a lot of sharp edges with my little, you know, actual house keys and whatnot. And then look at this. Mandy got this for me when Toby passed. Toby forever, isn't that cute? But it's nice to just be able to pop this in here and keep the interior of your bags incredibly safe. Or if you want to use it as a coin pouch, you want to throw some lippies in there, or you want to do both, you definitely can. Just a really all around nice pouch. And of course, you know, Melody's stuff is just incredibly high quality. So I love this. Look how cute that is. Great gifts for birthdays, for graduation, for Christmas. So if it ever goes on sale, just stock up, or there's specific colors that you really like, because Melody is a small business owner. So she has to produce stuff in small batches. So if there's particular colors that you like, you definitely want to snatch them up before they sell out, because we don't know when she's going to be able to restock again. All right, moving on to the handbag unboxing. This is an indie brand called Moonshaft, and it's from Hong Kong. That started back in 2018, just to give you a little bit of background. Full disclosure, I am not sponsored, not paid. This bag was sent to me via PR. So for those of you who are newer to my channel, and if you didn't know how the influencer or content creator world works, I know you're probably curious. I was very curious before I started doing this whole YouTube thing and content creating. I'm just as nosy as you are. This is based on my experience specifically and what I've learned over the years, just to kind of give you an insight. And if you want me to talk a little bit more about it, I'm happy to share. But the industry standard usually, not always, but usually is that if a company reaches out to you and they would like to work on a gifting collab basis, meaning I give you said product, and you promise to do a video or review, that's considered bartered income, and I have to pay taxes on it because it's considered income. When you do a gifted collab, that usually means that they have no say in the creative direction or get to review the video before you release it and approve it, so to speak. Now, if it's a paid collaboration or sponsorship, they usually have a say in what kind of video you're going to create. And that's not like a bad thing. I'm gonna control everything you say. It's so fairly, and usually, hopefully the content creator is gonna be organic about it. But really the point is that if they're looking to do like a spring campaign and want more spring focused styling videos and whatever, that's usually why they would do paid sponsorship and whatnot. Or if they just want you, maybe they're a newer brand, they want to make sure you are explaining the product correctly, right? i.e. the shoes are made in Italy and not Spain. And someone could, you know, make a mistake saying that, right? Not to get sidetracked here. Why did I just cover all of that? Oh, right. Moonshaft was kind enough to want to do a gifted collab with me. They have no idea what I'm going to say. They're watching it the same time as you are. So am I going to be nice today? No, I'm in a good mood. I'm not going to be spicy. I'm just kidding. So I'm gonna unbox this. I already opened it. Of course I wanna look at it, but I'm gonna keep telling you a little bit more about Moonshaft based on what I have found. So it does come with a nice dust bag. And when I say based on what I have found, really, I couldn't find much, to be honest. And you know I love going down that rabbit hole and seeing what kind of interviews are out there of the founders, any media coverage. But it seems like Moonshaft is a really popular brand in more of Asia. That just made a ton of noise, but as I was saying, it's more popular in Asia. It seems like. All that to say, me not being able to find anything doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Very similar to Marge Sherwood. If you saw my review on the Marge Sherwood brand via my handbag encyclopedia series, go check that out if you haven't. But basically I found nothing, right? So I asked Moonshaft directly to share more about their founders, in which they responded with, Moonshaft was founded by Rico and Rachel, who have known each other since childhood. Rico comes from a multi-general leather family and grew up around craftsmanship, while Rachel has a background in sourcing and design. They started Moonshaft to move away from the fast fashion and create leather bags that are both practical and well-designed, combining their strengths in leather expertise, designs, and everyday functionality. I think as an indie brand, I think it's always a good idea to share more information because we want to know the human aspect of why we're buying from these smaller businesses like the mom and pop shops like Moonshaft. This is really cute. Thank you to the Moon and Back. Kind of like Atelier Auguste that were started by two brothers, and you know the customers talk to the brothers directly. I am a huge fan of them because I have done an interview with them, right? There's the human aspect behind the brands. That's just my opinion, and not everybody needs to be on board with that. And here I am being super hypercritical with my headless videos. Haha, good one, Nikki. Anyways, unlike the legacy big conglomerates who we have no idea, like who's who, this mega corporation, there's not a whole lot of personal relationships going on, right? The customer to business owner connection. Moonshaft's About Us page is pretty generic. I did find a few bits of pieces of info on their FAQ page about their hand dipping patina leather technique, which I've never heard of or not familiar with. But it sounds really interesting, so I'm probably have to go research on that a little bit more. They do use leather that they source from Colombia, Italy, and South Africa, which I find fascinating. You don't really hear too much about sourcing leather from Colombia or South Africa very often, if at all. Fun fact, I used to live in South Africa for 2 years. Anyways, the bags are handcrafted either in Bangladesh, China, and India. They offer their bags in various leather variations such as full grain leather, pebbled leather, Napa, or smooth leather. So this one is the Nebula 35. 35? Just kidding, I just double checked. It is the size 36. And this is in the pine cone color. So when you think of the word pine, you would think it's green, but it's actually brown because the pine cone itself is brown, right? So this is a very rich chocolate brown, and it is smooth leather. So it's actually gorgeous. I love, there's structure at the bottom. I'm feeling it right now, but overall the bag itself is actually pretty mushy. Mushy in a good way, like soft and malleable. You can see the little hardware right here. That's really cute. Reminds me of an earring. Let me just peel off the sticker here. And I'm not gonna go into the wear and tear or the functionality, but just this is kind of like a first impression. How you open the bag right here is just pop this open, and then there's a little pinhole that you open. And then in the interior is fabric line, and you'll see two different compartments with one slip pocket, a zipper slip, well, it's a zipper pocket, it's not a slip pocket, a zipper pocket. And it does come with a long shoulder strap that is adjustable, or if you prefer, there is a top handle. Very cute. You can see that this is a very Louis Vuitton-esque style lobster claw. They do personalize it with Moonshaft's logo on the lobster claw itself. So I just popped on both of the straps here, but you can easily use one or the other or just keep both on at the same time. The leather is incredibly soft and it feels very nice and smooth. I'm smelling the leather. It does smell like leather. However, you do get that whiff of processed smell. Whereas Melody's bags right here, it doesn't smell like leather. It just smells very processed, even though the leather is so soft, and I do love how durable everything is. Now this is smooth skin, whereas that one's pebbled. So I don't know how this is gonna wear and tear. I'll let you know in a future video. So it's a combination. To explain it a little bit better, you could tell that the leather has been processed. So I'm a little curious to what leather hand dip patina means, but you do smell the leather. So it's a combination of both. I'm looking at the craftsmanship. Again, first impressions, stitching looks fantastic. The leather glazing looks really nice. Looking at the bottom, no feet at the bottom. I wish there was feet at the bottom. I grabbed my laptop here. This is a 13-inch. Unfortunately, because it's kind of a trapezoid shape right here, it's not gonna fit the laptop. But overall, I think this is a very functional bag if you tend to carry a lot more, or perhaps you go from day to night and you do wanna carry some more stuff with you, then this would be a great everyday bag, and it's very functional. So if you want it to be a little bit more formal, or if you want it to be more casual and just need to be hands-free, functionality is definitely there. The hardware looks very nice, and I love how when companies, especially indie brands, do personalize the hardware by imprinting their name, very small and inconspicuous on the hardware itself. So the extra attention to care is appreciated. You will not see Moonshaft anywhere on the bag itself. So if this is kind of the quiet luxury you are looking for, I think this definitely is that vibe 100%. Just a couple more thoughts before we wrap up this video. There is one more slip pocket right here in the front compartment that I missed. The fabric itself is not stitched down. Again, that's something I prefer, to have fabric lining to be stitched down. Other than that, I think this is a very well constructed bag, and this is the big bag energy vibe that we're all going for, but also very smushy and comfortable to wear at the same time. So I'll do a follow-up video letting you know the wear and tear of this bag. And you know me, I'm always gonna ask for a better discount code, and if they're willing to give it to me, in this case, they were nice enough to offer a 12% off instead of the 10% off. Every dollar counts, right? Use the code Somehowadulting. Use it, don't use it. Again, I'm not sponsored. I'm really excited to be exploring a lot more Asian brands. I do have my eyeballs on some of the other models, like the mini double zip bag in the aquamarine. That is beautiful. I love that color. And then in the regular size, they have the marine blue. I'm on a blue kick, so I really like that color as well. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed discovering another indie brand that you may not have heard of with me. And I'm really excited to be introducing more Asian brands, because we focus a lot on the European brands and American brands. So, you know, exploring Asian brands that are doing fantastic work, and it's really popular in Asia. So let's kind of get in on that, right? Thanks to Moonshaft for reaching out to me and kind of introducing this particular brand to me as well. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see you all next time.